Hi everyone, this is Michael with the general reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, or any other heavy placement in Libra, as well as people who are cross-watching for someone who has a prominent placement in Libra. I do hope this video finds you all well. I am going to be honest, I believe that these are going to be pretty intense readings this month. We have 2 eclipses that are going to be happening, 5 planets going retrograde, and we even have 4 oppositions that are happening with all of these planets moving through Cancer with Saturn and Pluto. So there's some pretty intense stuff. I feel like this is actually going to be perhaps the most impactful month of the entire year for a lot of people. And I think it's going to be a bit heavy. Again, I'm just warning everyone. I don't want anyone to freak out. I don't want to cause panic. But it's good to know that the heat is going to be high. And it's really going to be a great chance to forge yourself, to make yourself into something new. But again, it's not for the faint of heart. I really want to emphasize that this could be a very intense reading. It could also be the start of some really beautiful things. We're going to kind of see as we pull some cards how this is actually going to translate into your life. For those of you who are interested in the astrological information, I do actually have a blog post in the description box below that kind of outlines everything I will be referencing throughout this video. I do also have links for personal readings, Reiki sessions, donations. You're also welcome to check out some of your other videos. So if you have a different sun, moon, or rising sign, you're more than welcome to check out what the general messages are for that sign and see how that interplays with this video. Kind of get a clearer picture of what's going on. And of course, I do even have love readings in specific. The one for the middle of June to the middle of July is already posted. I'll be posting mid-July to mid-August, halfway through the month, so keep your eye out for that, for those of you who are interested in your love life, if that doesn't come up here. I will disclaim before we begin that these are general readings, meaning not all of the messages that come forward are going to be meant for you. It is up to your own discernment and intuition to figure out what messages apply to your own life and what should be left behind for someone else. Some of the messages may come in the reverse, so individuals who are presenting as a third party or another person might actually be your own energy, or vice versa. If you're cross-watching for a Libra, you could very well be showing up as the other person, but again, the energy is fluid and the roles can be switched. So keep all of that in mind. I think that is pretty much everything for you right now, Libra. I don't really think there's anything that's happening too major for you specifically in the month of July. That doesn't mean that you're not going to be feeling anything. I think it's I want to say it's July 17th. There is going to be an opposition with Venus in Cancer. So your ruling planet Venus is going to be opposing Saturn in Capricorn on July 17th. And I believe it's also going to be opposing Pluto in Capricorn on the 21st. So there's definitely going to be some pretty intense lessons, I think, regarding love. There could very well be someone coming back from the past. We do have a Mercury retrograde after all, and that can be a window of time when people from the past come in. It's usually not the obvious people. It's usually someone from way, way back, like someone you totally forgot about. I don't want to freak anyone out, but I think it's going to be interesting for you. You know, we do have that opposition. But again, I don't know if that's really going to affect you so heavily. All of this is really going to be dependent on your specific natal chart, which I also have a link to down below as well if you know your birthplace and birth time. But for some of this, you won't need to actually have the specific time. I know a lot of people don't. Anyway, let's see. I'm going to tune into you now really quickly, Libra. I absolutely invite you to open yourself up for any wisdom or connection that is available to you at this time. Kind of visualize creating a field with me and all the other viewers. You actually feel pretty serene, Libra. I'm honestly a little surprised. I feel like I was just talking up this eclipse, and now it's like, whatever's happening, I feel like you're actually very calm. And that's quite interesting. It could be the calm before the storm, but I feel like you know something's coming. You know there's change coming. But you're not letting it overwhelm you. You actually feel very balanced. to kind of play with the imagery of your sign, it's like the scale is just balanced. You're not being swayed one way or the other. And I feel like a lot of you are really connecting to your heart. I felt this glow in my heart. So that's very interesting. That was just kind of connecting with you guys. Thank you for opening your energy up and sharing that way. I'm now going to take a peek here. What are the general messages for Cancer? I'm sorry, for Libra. What are the general messages for Libra coming into July 2019? I don't know why I've been saying that. I'm sorry. Y'all, Mercury retrograde is just around the corner. I'm a Virgo, and my chart is ruled by Mercury, so I get very scrambled. My words get very jumbled up during this time, so I do hope that I am coherent for you. What are the messages for Libra 2019, July? I'm actually getting the message that for some of you, there's something from 2017 that's actually coming back to the surface now. This could be a person. I was saying there might be a person coming back from the past. Could be involving 2017. I did just get a ring in my ear from that, so I feel like that's true for someone out there, even if it's just one person, but I think it's more than one. Ooh. Yep. Okay. It's all making sense. Great. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy, Ten of Swords, and Strength came out together with the Son of Wands. Okay, right away, this feels like someone from the past. This feels like a love connection from the past. I do feel like this is coming in for you. I was just saying all of this, and now it's being reflected on the cards here, because all of these cards are reflecting energy coming into July. So this could be from June. Again, I actually feel like this is further out. This actually does feel like 2017. I don't feel like that was an accident. So that's very interesting. Some of you may be dealing with a Gemini. Could also be a Leo or another fire sign, Sagittarius or Aries. It feels like this actually feels like a lot of you were very committed to this person, or there seemed to be a lot of potential for a long-term commitment here with this Lover's card. Someone you might have been married to, or someone you could have seen yourself getting married to. It felt like this partner in life. This is showing up in the day-to-day. This is someone who you were very, very close with. This isn't just some random person. I feel like this was either a lover or a really close friend or family member who you had a very big falling out with. Something came to a very dramatic end here. And there is this Ten of Swords, which tells me that this came to a pretty painful end. There's a lot of healing that you needed to do from this situation. Some of you may have very well been cheated on by this person, or you may have cheated on this person. There might have been a Leo involved in that situation, or a fire sign. With the Son of Wands, this does kind of indicate someone who is promiscuous, or someone who just kind of follows their excitement. They're not someone who sticks around very long. They can go from one thing to the next, or one person to the next. It seems like this was a person who was in your life and they left, or they got distracted with something or someone else, and they left you feeling pretty burned, pretty wounded, whatever it was that they did. And I actually feel like you healed. You did heal from this with this Strength card. You did come into a really... It's taken time, you know, with this Ten of Swords. This isn't easy to heal from. This was definitely a lot of work on your part. But I feel like with this Strength card, you really gained a lot of mastery over your emotions. You really grew so much from this connection. Even if it's not what you had hoped it would have been, even if it didn't end up being this love connection that you thought it was going to be, or that you hoped it was going to last, I feel like it was actually meant to help you grow in a very, very significant way. This could also be in reference to something with the Leo eclipse that happened in August 2017. If you can remember that far back, if you can kind of remember what was changing for you at that time, I do feel like there is some sort of reference to that time frame as well. And we did have an eclipse then, so that's interesting. The Strength card is telling me something about Leo season for some of you. And that's playing out now, for whatever reason. I'm going to pull an animal card now to see what their perspective is. What is the animal wisdom for this situation? 2. Buffalo and turtle. Yeah, so this right here, this is telling me that you really have been working within yourself. You, like this turtle, you've been going into your shell, you've been finding the wisdom within yourself, and you've been going forward. It's not always been easy with this buffalo here, but your faith, it's been tested. You've gone through a very big change, but it's bringing you closer to your spirit. It's bringing you closer to Source or God, however you relate to that. And I feel like it's definitely been a very reflective window of time for some of you coming into this July. Very interesting stuff. So I'm curious to see what's going on with this person, why they're coming back. I don't necessarily feel like this is you taking them back. It feels more like kind of a review, maybe a little test here. Let's see. What are the messages for Libra for the first half of July 2019? Interesting. Okay. 8 of Wands. Or, I'm sorry, 8 of Swords. The Empress and Mother of Swords came out together. This is one of your cards, by the way, Libra. And we have the High Priestess. 8 of Swords. So I feel like, I was kind of saying before that a lot of you have transformed. You've gone through a really big shift, a really big awakening. And I'm getting the sense that at the start of July, maybe you heard this and you felt like, that's not me. I'm still stuck. I still feel like I have so much more to go. Like this, what I want seems so far away right now. If that's you, this is a perception that you have. This isn't the reality anymore. You've been in this cocoon so long that you've kind of lost sight of the world around you. There's been all of these threats. It feels like the world has been this hostile place. So you've been very stuck inside yourself, feeling like you can't move, can't go anywhere. But the reality is that you are transformed. You have become this butterfly. You just haven't unfolded your wings yet. You've come a lot farther, I think, than you realize, Libra. And, you know, things are actually looking pretty good. You know, we do have the Mother of Swords here kind of showing up in the heart of this reading with the Empress here. Some of you may very well be dealing with another air sign, so that could be Gemini, another Libra, Aquarius. Could also be a third Decan Virgo, someone very near and dear to your heart. someone born at the end of Virgo season. Sorry, I feel like I just throw out these terms and half the time people have no idea what I'm saying. But especially Libra. I feel like some of you may actually be dealing with another Libra, or someone who has a heavy Libra placement. I feel like this is also you kind of guarding your heart. You know, I kind of see that with this Eight of Swords. It feels like you feel stuck, or that you're stuck inside of yourself. You're kind of closed off. This card can kind of show up when someone has gone through a very big breakup or divorce, or lost someone very significant to them. But they're very perceptive. They have a very sharp mind. And this could either be reference to you, which I think for a lot of you it is reference to your own energy, but it could also be reference to someone you are dealing with, someone who is close to you. It's almost like they've used their mind to escape this pain. They've been very guarded with their heart. And it's making you feel guarded, if it's not you. It just seems like there's this guarded communication all around. With this Empress, I do feel like there is something that you've been incubating inside of yourself for a very, very long time, and I actually feel like that's finally going to be revealing itself to you, Libra. It actually feels very beautiful. This does feel like a new beginning is on the horizon for you. You already feel it. You're feeling ready. It's like there's this conflict here. You're ready to love again, but you're also guarded to love because of the pain you've experienced. And the message I'm getting is that yes, you are ready for love. You might not feel like it. You might feel like, this just isn't for me. This isn't going to happen for me. Think again. You know, you have the High Priestess is coming up in your kind of mental or communicative part of July. I feel like intuition is going way up for you. It's going up for everyone, but it's definitely going up for Libra with this High Priestess card. You know, all of the stuff that's going through Cancer, especially the new moon and that eclipse in Cancer on July 2nd, that's really going to be an amazing window of time to open your intuition, to open your psychic abilities, to work with those. I feel like a lot of you, you're going to kind of be going into this unknown, and don't act like you have the answers. Have kind of this just openness to whatever answers come to you. Work with your intuition here, because I feel like there is something you're not quite seeing, and it may be coming into plain sight with this eclipse here. You know, you have the moon and the sun coming together. The moon representing mystery, the feminine, the unknown, the subconscious. The sun representing the masculine, clarity, realization, growth, vitality, illumination. It's all of this is being illuminated. It's a great time to work with your subconscious beliefs, to overcome these defenses that are holding you back, that you don't need anymore. You're able to fly away. You're able to free yourself. Oof. I'm a Libra rising, and I'm honestly, I hate to say it, but I'm feeling this. I really do resonate with a lot of this. You know, this might not even be a love connection for some of you. This could just be people you were really close with, people you thought you had some sort of future connection with, and it didn't go that way, and you've been very guarded ever since. And beautiful. Lamb. I love this card for you, Libra. This is very peaceful, and this was just the energy I was tuning into. You have this peace about you. I think you are getting ready to lower this guard. You might not be doing it totally, but it's coming into your awareness. And there's so much peace about you. I was tuning into that before, and I really want you to foster that peace, foster that sense of connection with Source, with the divine, that trust that everything happened for a reason, trust you needed to go through all of this. I feel like some of you are also getting messages clairaudiently. You might be receiving messages through your dreams, or even through music, or even hearing voices. I know that freaks people out, but hey, we all have different intuitive faculties, and depending on the astrological weather, we might be getting more information through one sense than another. And I feel like for you, it's very important for you to listen. What are you listening to? Find quiet as well. You know, spend time out in nature and just listen to everything. Listen to the wind, listen to the water, listen to the cars, listen to the planes, listen to the birds. Just listen. Because there's messages all around you. And you're really opening up a lot of psychic awareness, Libra. And it's looking really promising. Even if it feels like you're not ready, even if it feels like you're stuck, you're not stuck. I'm kind of afraid what comes next. Let's see. What happens next for my Libras? This is the current trajectory you're going down. What is the most likely outcome for Libra in the second half of July and beyond? This is kind of just where everything is flowing. Don't get too caught up in the specific time frame here. Interesting. Yep, beautiful. Oh, that's a lot. I'll take them. I'm crazy. What can I say? Okay. Oh my god, how are we on time? Okay. I was trying to make these videos shorter, and I actually feel like each month they just get longer and longer. Okay. So we have the Three of Swords. I don't normally read this deck in the reverse, but this did come out in the reverse, and that's actually kind of how I'm picking up this energy. So I'm going to say that this is the Three of Swords in reverse. We have the Two of Pentacles, big change, some shift, and wow. Okay, so Ace of Wands came out with Ace of Cups, definite new beginnings here, Hierophant, and the Seven of Pentacles. I'm sorry, this is, again, a lot. I can't believe I'm reading all of this for you guys. Okay. Love you. Let's see. So, this Three of Swords, I feel like this is you leaving something behind. This is you leaving this heartache behind. That may involve some heartache coming back from the past, part of a healing process. But again, I'm getting this energy in the reverse. I do feel like you're shedding this. And I'm getting the sense with this butterfly imagery that's really showing up pretty strongly. Two of Pentacles. You're going to be juggling some things. You're going to definitely be weighing some things in your heart towards the end of July and beyond. I feel like you're still kind of trying to find this equilibrium between the Empress, which is wanting to love, to nurture, and this Mother of Swords who can be very guarded. She can be good intentioned, this Mother of Swords. It's not that she's cruel or mean. She's giving you the hard truth because that's what she thinks you need to hear. And I feel like you're kind of, you're finding a balance, Libra, between this very gentle, nurturing nature and this very analytical, perhaps cold side to you. You know, it's the scales, it's justice. I feel like you really are trying to find a balance here. There could also be a move or a change in job by the end of July or something that becomes apparent. You might be looking at that. And that might be kind of an adjustment period as well. I feel like, I gotta be honest, though, with this Three of Swords, those of you who are currently in a relationship that hasn't been going well for some time, there may be kind of a painful split, there may be some conflict, but it feels like primarily what I'm picking up on is this is stuff from the past and you're moving on from it. And if you haven't moved on from it, if you haven't left it behind, there's going to be a very, very big push from this eclipse that is really going to try to rid you of this. Because it's kept you guarded, it's kept you walled off, and it's not serving you. I don't feel like that's the majority of you, I feel like that's only a few of you, but I did want to share that. As for all of these ace energy, we have two aces, I feel like you're getting really in touch with your passion, some emotion, some beautiful beginnings here. There could be a new love offering, there could be a new spark for you by the end of July, some really lovely romance. You know, with this Hierophant card, this is a very spiritual union. It could potentially be someone you have a committed relationship with, even a long-term or marriage type of dynamic. There may be some sort of proposal, although I'm not really seeing that kind of based on the energy that's here. I feel like you're also having a spiritual awakening again with this card. You know, you have very spiritual cards on the table. And I feel like you're learning to love again. You're learning to allow yourself to feel this passion, to feel love, to offer this to people, to be open and express this to people. This is actually really good. And, you know, I do see that with the Seven of Pentacles, you're definitely very hard at work on something. Again, it's the sense of like, oh, this just isn't going to happen for me. This isn't coming. But you've put so much work into something. I do feel like there is something or someone coming in for you, Libra. And I actually think that the first half of July is going to be a really good time for you to work with these beliefs that are preventing you from attaining the relationships that you want. Especially kind of in the middle of the month when we have all of those Venus oppositions. It's going to be pretty heavy hitting. It's definitely going to bring up some pain that's not healed. Whatever comes up, it's a reflection of a wound that you haven't healed from the past. That's very important to recognize. And I think it's going to be very important for you moving forward to kind of resolve this past. But you've come such a long way. I want to say that. I feel like I need to tell you that to you, Libra. God, you know, looking back 6 months from now, or ago, rather, looking back 6 months ago, in January, during the last eclipse, my life was totally different than where it is now. I just started this channel, and it's changed everything. And I feel like you're going to be pursuing something that you really care about, some new work, perhaps. Could be involving a Taurus. Oops. Panther. Getting rid of the unnecessary. Again, shadow work stuff, all of this, working with the subconscious. There's a lot of beliefs in your subconscious mind, in your shadow. Panther is watching you. And I feel like for some of you, if you don't integrate, if you don't heal, this Three of Swords in reverse is going to show up upright for you again. This is warning you. Become aware of these belief systems. Become aware of your patterns. What is no longer serving you. Really look at yourself. Really look at your dark side. It's very easy to love your light aspects. But the part of you that needs love the most is the wounded part of you, the part that you've shunned into shadow. And if you don't acknowledge that, if you don't heal that part of yourself, you're going to keep making the same mistakes. Panther is going to come out again. There's a reason you were attracted to this person or these people in the past. Because they were trying to show you something about yourself. You do have the ability to transform, Libra. I see that you've already grown so much. But there is still a little more work that needs to be done. And I think you're almost there. You can set yourself free. You're so close. It's just a matter of changing your perspective. Again, it's all up in your head. There's something up here that is that's keeping you isolated, that's making you feel alone. You're not stuck. Those are all the messages I'm getting for you at this time. I definitely hope that this was helpful. It feels like, I still feel like you're coming into a really good spot, Libra. And I dare say you're probably going to have the most positive video for this month. We'll see, but I feel like you're really coming into such a strong, beautiful place. You've come so far. Don't stop. Don't give up. But you're just about there. Definitely check out the other videos to get a more thorough picture, or if this one didn't resonate, there may be more resonance for your other placements. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. Again, all my information is down below in the description box for those of you who are interested in a personal reading or maybe some Reiki to help you transition through this next cycle. And if I don't see for you or hear from you, I will see you in the next video. Bye, Libra.